Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to Intro to Community Development. My name is Candace Armstrong and I'll be your instructor for this class. I know this video is just a couple of days late from our first day of class, but I still wanted to take some time and introduce myself and let you guys know just exactly what this class is and what it means to me, and a little bit about the history of where it came from. So hopefully everybody has had a chance to buy the book. I'll show you right here. Introduction to Community Development. It's actually a pretty good book. There are several chapters that we will not use, and that's okay, but the ones that we use for this class are very useful and helpful, and so they'll help us explore some really important concepts and theories. So a little bit about myself. I used to work at Lindsay on campus. I was in AmeriCorps Vista, and Vista stands for Volunteer in Service to America. So that's how I first came to Lindsay, and I worked there for 2 years through that program, and during that time I was able to develop this course, which is really meaningful to me. My background is in community development and social work. I have a master's in social work from the University of South Carolina, and I have a postgraduate diploma, which is sort of like a master's degree, from the University of Glasgow in Scotland, and that's kind of where I started my journey with community development specifically. So this course, I wrote this course, I created it from scratch. I created each of the assignments myself. I did find the book, and I do use the book as a guide, but many of the assignments and things that you'll be working on are things that I've pulled together and things that I think are important and will help you learn and understand the concept of community development. So just know that this class is very near and dear to my heart. It's a labor of love. I care about my students. I care that you learn. I care that this is something meaningful for you, and that you don't just get 3 credits out of taking this course, but you actually will go away with a deeper understanding of community development and some ideas about how you might incorporate community development into your career, whatever that may be. Often we get students from Human Services and Counseling, which I know some of you have already shared with me, that's your major, and I think that's fantastic. So it's very related to my background in social work. And some are in nursing, some are in various other fields. I've had students from criminal justice and psychology and political science. So we're kind of a mixed group, and that's okay. The other thing is, because this is an AIM course, which all of you are aware, most of our class are scattered about at different campuses, and that's also fine. It makes it interesting, so I definitely want us to take some time this week on Blackboard and share about our backgrounds. I want to know where you guys are from, what are some of the things you're working on, what are you working towards, you know, what is your major, what are your interests. Just share with us so that we can kind of get to know each other. We are full at 25 students, so that's great. I'm excited. I think I've never had a full class of 25 before, and this is the second time I've taught the course online. I've taught it one other time online, and then twice as a seated traditional course, which is also fun. So, and you have to know about me that I will miss that part. I will miss the idea of getting to be with you and see you in person and get to know you and engage with you. So whatever we can do to make that better, then I want to do that. And so that's part of my, this is the first time I've really decided to make videos, but I thought it was important for you to see me and know what I look like, so you can imagine me whenever you write emails to me and we communicate on Blackboard, so that you know that I am a real person and I care very much about you and about this course. So if you have questions, I've heard from many of you guys, and I love that. Thank you so much. I'm glad I posted the materials on Blackboard early, because I know some of you benefited from that and you started looking at them to get to know what you were going to have to do in this course. And so I'm going to go ahead and just quickly talk about the first big assignment, which is the community-based organization project. I've had several emails about it. I know a lot of you guys have already decided where you're going to do that, and that's good. You should be deciding that because we have limited time. This is not a traditional 15-week course. We have about 8 weeks, maybe 9 at the most. So we do have to kind of get rolling, but that's good because most of you guys are very busy and you have other things going on and you're good at time management, so I don't have any worries about that. So the community-based organization project, you choose an organization that's near to you, that's convenient to you, preferably that you're interested in and that you think has valuable contributions to the community. Some of you are choosing a place that you already do some volunteer work, which is fine. The thing that I ask is if it's a place that you're already doing something else, like if you're doing a practicum there or you're doing other volunteer hours or you just work there as your job, I want you to interview someone who's preferably different from your usual supervisor, someone who can speak to you about funding and community outreach and just overall impact on the community. And I'm not saying that your supervisor can't do that, but it would be good for you to interview someone different because I think it will mean that you'll learn more and different things about that organization because you may already feel that you know a lot about it, and you probably do. But there's always more, there's always more there, and usually that takes asking questions because sometimes just being in a place and helping with their mission and what they do, we get to know what they do, but we don't always know what the behind the scenes things are going on. So maybe they have different types of funding sources, maybe they struggle with community outreach, or maybe they don't have great measures to show how they're impacting the community. Those are things that you're going to find out and then write about those in your paper. And so the point about this activity is that you ask these questions. I have given you some suggested questions on the assignment sheet, but I want you to also think beyond that and come up with questions that make sense for the organization that you are working with, okay? So you're trying to dig a little bit deeper and find out some things. It's not about exposing negative things about an organization, although I've had many students interview organizations that they thought were great, and then through the course of the interview maybe found out some information that changed the way they thought about it, or maybe some things that maybe made the class question their credibility, or what are they doing with the funding that they receive? Are they able to show impact? Are they able to show how they're reaching people and how their mission is being accomplished? So the point of it is for you to just explore and learn and not be judgmental. But also, if you find out things that you question or you wonder about, write about that in your paper. You can say that. It's a safe space to say, I don't understand, why they spend their money this way, but this is how they spend it, and that's okay. And you can explore also some problem and solutions in your paper. Don't say this to the person you're interviewing. Don't say, hey, I've got a problem with this. That's not appropriate. The interview is about being polite and nice and thankful that they're taking their time, asking them questions, gleaning information as they talk to you, taking notes, and then you go back home and you write your paper. And if you have thoughts about their practices or their operations, or their impact or their mission or anything, then you can explore those things safely in your paper that only I will read. So it's about looking at the different aspects of community-based organizations, how they serve the community, and it is also about questioning their funding and making sure that the places that our communities believe are there for us and there to serve the most vulnerable people around us, making sure that they are credible, reliable, trustworthy, and that if they're receiving public funding or donation funding from the good-hearted people of their community, that they're putting that to good use and they're doing the right thing. So all of that is game for you to write about in your paper, and I want you to explore those things and share those opinions. And if you share issues or problems that you observe or see, then I want you to also explore possible solutions or other thoughts about how they might do better with that. Okay, so this is a great project. It's a lot of fun. I hope that you really enjoy doing this. I know that it requires you to go outside of your computer or wherever your place is that you will be doing most of your classwork, but I think it's worth it. I think it's a great learning experience, and I hope that you enjoy it as much as I know my students in the past have really enjoyed this project. So that being said, I know you'll probably still have additional questions. Please email them to me. I'm also going to make a forum on Blackboard for general questions, so if you have questions that are appropriate for the whole class to see, post them there, because other people will probably have similar questions and may benefit from you posting that on there. So, and I'll respond to them on Blackboard, and so we'll use that throughout the entire semester. You know, for every project, for every week when we talk about new things, I want you to feel free to always post in general questions, because there are no silly questions or bad questions. They're all valid, and I want to make sure that you're not out there sitting confused or wondering about something that I've asked you to do. So that being said, I want to cut this short. I'm approaching 11 minutes. So I gave you a little bit of information about myself, my background, where this class came from. There's so much more really to say, but that's okay. We'll leave it for this, for now, at this. So, and at some point, so this week, what I'm going to ask you to do is do a post on Blackboard, a discussion board post about yourself. So that'll be fun. Also, I want to learn about you, and I know your classmates will also be interested to learn about you. So, that being said, I'm going to post this online. I'll get the discussion started, and hope to hear from you soon. I can't wait to see what you do for your community-based organization projects.